Hello friends, welcome to my channel Sushant Chesswise. Today we are going to discuss the bishop and knight checkmate, and we are going to see the end pattern of this position when the king reaches the corner. See, the king goes and hides to the opposite corner of the bishop. So here we have the white colored bishop, so the black king prefers to hide towards the black corner. And what happens here is the mate will always happen on the corner of the bishop's color. So the mate will either happen on A8 or on the H1 square. See, the knight has been used to control the H8 square. So all the squares on the 8th rank, H8, F8, D8, B8, which are black, has to be controlled by the knight because bishop cannot operate on that. So what we will do is, we will use the knight from F7 to guard H8, from D7 to guard F8, from B7 to guard D8. So these are the three places where knight has to go, and to reach them, knight needs E5 and the C5 square. So see, this W is formed, hence called the W method. The knight will move only on these squares and we will get the mate. Let's see the pattern now. First, white to play. So white starts with king F6 here, and after see king F6, black has to play king F8, and gradually we are trying to push it towards the A8 square. Bh7, bishop snatches the G8 square. Ke8, as soon as the king tries to escape from the diagonal, be it D7 or B7, then we use the knight. Knight comes to E5. Now there are two ways here. Either the king tries to escape from D8 or it always hides back to the F8 or the D8 squares. So let's see the F8 one first. D8 looks more risky. That will be our main line. So king F8, ND7 check, we push the king to E8, take opposition, protect the knight, KD8, KD6. So this position is very important, where the knight is in between the kings at the point of opposition. Whenever king tries to go and escape from the right side, bishop gives check, and it pushes the king back to D8. Now the bishop will wait, BH5, and see king C8. Once again, we want the king to be on C8, and then we go in C5. Let's see KD8. This time we are not discussing the king's escape from the other side. So in B7 check, KC8, KC6, KB8. Once again see KB6, same pattern, KC8, bishop gives check, pushes the king back to B8. And now the knight goes to C5. The knight has to just move on these squares, falling on W. The last square by the knight will be outside the W. So now king A8, and the C bishop has to wait. Knight A6 instantly is stalemate. So bishop H3 or D7, anywhere other than C8. And then after KB8, knight A6 check, forcing king A8 and G2 checkmate. So we got the one side covered now. Let's see if the king tries to escape from the D8 square, then what happens? So see, after KD8 here, we will just walk on the W path, KE6, KC7, knight D7, snatching B6, king C6, and this is the most important position which we need to remember, BD3. See, the bishop, knight and the king, they control all the squares which black needs to escape. But see, it's trapped now. King can't go to D5, C5, B6, B5. And hence it has to go back. So now see, after king B7, this move is preferred by the computer softwares. It tries to trick us, but just don't play BE4. King will escape from A6, just do KD6, and the king has to go back. It will transpose back to our line. And if KC7, then bishop E4, KD8, KD6, same pattern, KE8, bishop check, KD8, bishop H5, bishop waits, to KC8 we go, knight C5. By now you must have understood the pattern is just repeating itself. So now let us look at KB8, KD8, we will come to it now. We already saw it actually. So after KB8, KC6, KA7, BG4 controlling C8, forcing KB8, KB6, king 8, the king is trapped. Now again the bishop has to just waste the move. PD7, KB8, knight A6, king A8, BC6, and it's checkmate. And had black played KD8, which we actually already saw, there is NB7, kc8, kc6, kb8, kb6. King c8 is always met by the bishop check, pushing it back to b8. Knight moves, king a8. Once again, the bishop rests with bh3, bf5, be6 or bd7. kb8, knight check, king a8, and bishop c6, checkmate. So this teaches us how the bishop and knight can be used in tandem to trap the king. And this bishop and knight, although is a rare thing to happen, but it's worth learning. Next, we will see how to push the black king to the corner, and then the whole thing becomes complete. So I hope you are finding these lessons useful and instructive. Do let me know in the comments below. Thanks for your time.